All right, ladies and gentlemen, with 40 hours left in my monthly Save Thor News fundraiser, I picked a strange subject, and that subject is Ultimate Thule. Because it's strange, because this video is going to trigger everybody. Man, woman, everybody out there is going to be triggered. So if you're easily triggered and you don't like trigger feelings, you should leave. So we're definitely going to be hitting Godwin's Law. Godwin's Law proposes that in an internet adage age, as the discussion goes longer, there will be a large probability that someone will compare it to Nazis. Somehow Nazis will get involved. Okay, so we have our clear images in of Ultima Thule, which is a Kuiper Belt object out beyond Pluto. Another thing, this is going to trigger the people who totally hate NASA. They're a large group, and I try to explain to them that NASA is like Hogwarts School of Wizardry and Witchcraft, where you got Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and sure, they're bad people at NASA, but they're also good people at NASA. And I want to remind you, when I got invited to NASA in 2017, I got to talk to the James Webb Telescope people. I got to talk to the ISS people. I got to talk to Lockheed Martin. I got to talk to Raytheon. I got to talk to Boeing. I got to talk to the Mars people. I got to talk to the Antarctic people. I got to talk to everybody. And I asked everybody, how soon will you guys be ready to pivot and go back to the moon? And every single group said, A, we're not going to pivot. B, we're not going back to the moon. Fast forward almost 2 years later, and you have 8 different companies, private, that are talking about going to the moon, and China's landing a lander on the dark side of the moon in 3 days. You have NASA announcing several missions going back to the moon. So things are changing. And also, and you know what? I live in a NASA city where like 10% of everyone in Houston is employed by NASA in some way. So I'm boots on the ground, man. I've had the front of my car ripped off. I've had death threats. I get shit where I go. So, being some keyboard warrior in the comment section doesn't help me, and it doesn't help the situation. We got to work together. It's always been part of Thor News. And so as you can see, things are changing, and I'm making a difference. So we're going to stick with that. And also, yeah, okay, Daniela. Okay, Emily Lakadewala. A few more slides from today's MU briefing for completeness. And another thing, I like Alan Stern, and I like Alex Parker. And if you like to dislike everybody, then Thor News is not the place for you. A few more slides from today's MU briefing. MU69. And they gave it the 69 number because it's kind of like a 5'2" girl making out with a 6'3" guy. See? And so they're doing Planetary Scientific 69. And that's another great thing about 69 is it's a form of birth control. Nobody gets pregnant from 69. 2 spheres, 1% light variation. I don't even know. Okay, so yeah. Looks like, does it look like a Mr. Peanut? Does it look like a snowman? Does it look like a piece of poop when you try and clench and break it off in the middle and then it doesn't work? Okay. Oh, did I mention I'm having my fundraiser today? It's true. Limb topography. And you could donate through my PayPal link, which I'll leave in the information box. Limb topography. 2 lobes are pretty spherical for such small bodies. The bigger one is about 13 kilometers across. Topography is plus or minus 500 meters from a best fit ellipse. This is from the MU69 flyby. Ultima limb topography is 1 kilometer. Origins of topography are currently unclear. For instance, hills or crater rims. Red arrows point to the apparent divots connected by a dark elongated marking. Man, I was hoping it would like have a little moon by it, or you could see like green aliens that were waving at us. I was definitely hoping for it to be more interesting than this. Think of the NASA New Horizons as a time machine that has brought us back to the very beginning of the solar system, to a place where we can observe the most primordial building blocks of the planet. That's pretty much the excuse they give when they want to look at anything. Like, we can figure out how our planet was formed by looking at this thing, you know? It's like the James Webb Space Telescope, which is like 14 years overdue and like $10,000 over budget. Like, hey, it'll help us figure out how Earth was formed and the solar system was formed. So give it time. And we'll be able to look back in time so we can see how we were so late on this project. Cosmic Carol, Ultima Thule, not the first contact binary to be explored. Comet 67P, Church-Minchinsko, is also a contact binary. Two objects that slowly came together over time. Can't even think of a better definition for 69. You know, where two objects slowly come together over time. If they do it right, man, if you're wondering what the score is with NASA's New Horizons Ultima Flyby, I got the score for you. All right. And so, people are saying right now the vote seems to be going with Snowman. Latest from NASA's New Horizons, Thule and Ultima. Described as a dark snowman. Because I guess they say comets are dirty snowballs. And I guess asteroids like this are dirty snowmen. I guess, why does astronomy always have to be so sexual? And I don't believe this, like that's how they formed. Like, people think the moon was formed when a planet smashed into the moon and then it reformed itself. And that don't make no damn sense, man. Christopher Beck from Beck Physics giving us the Ultima Thule to scale comparison you've been waiting for. At least he has. As you can look at how big it is compared to the Death Star, compared to Phobos, compared to a superstar destroyer, the Borg Cube, Cloud City. So definitely it would screw up almost everything. Although if they improved the shields on the Death Star would be okay. Joanna at Joanna Science, what do you think 2014 MU69 looks like? Is it a peanut? A fat bowling pin? A snowman? 2 cucumber slices, and one has a bite taken out of it. This is how James Tuttle Keene showed me the shape. Kenny from South Park, or BB-8. That is up for you to decide. Which peanut shall Ultima Thule be? It does kind of look like a peanut. First Mimi for Ultima Thule. Good grief. As you can see, it does resemble a peanut a little. And that's what it used to look like before they got closer. Here, if you don't know what a snowman looks like, they put side-by-side comparison. And then here we have Space.com telling us Ultima Thule, nickname for New Horizons, target celebrates exploration, not Nazis. And I learned about this because the good thing about the women scientists is if there's something wrong, the women scientists are going to let you know. If somebody looked at somebody's boobs from 12 feet away, female scientists are going to let you know. This is brought to us by Steph Evans. The more I read about the nickname, the more I think about the scene in Bob's Burgers where Tina's driving the car in the parking lot. All she has to do is not hit the other car in the parking lot, but she doesn't turn and does. Like, all you had to do was not pick the one associated with Nazis, but damn it, you did. And so, from what I understand, it was about an expedition to the farthest place away. I don't necessarily know where the Nazi shit comes from, but like I said, the 99.9% of scientists, especially female scientists, are atheist and very sensitive about anything that involves men. And so, I don't know, man. Like, they seem to see Nazis in everything. Like, everybody was accusing Donald Trump of being a Nazi. And Dude, Bill, I've never heard of a billionaire Nazi before in my life, especially considering he's from New York. Like, they don't like Nazis in New York at all. And I think total, there are 10,000 Nazis out of 370 million people in America. Like, modern Nazis are almost like a creation of the media. Sure, there's a bunch of backwards, inbred dumbasses who barely have left the swamp who might still be, popping the Nazi symbol, but nobody really, nobody there. I'm in Texas. If there was some big Nazi push, I'd have heard about it. And Donald Trump, as a billionaire, does not believe in the Nazi creed. He believes in money and power. That's why he ran for president. I don't know. That's like media just kind of makes shit up. Now, this may have a tiny connection to a group that might have, but that's like, you got to be looking for it. It's like Godwin's law, man. And it's so weird that all the scientists always complain about shit, but they never complain about the gosh dang James Webb Space Telescope, which is 12 years over. They were supposed to launch that shit in 2006. They're saying it's not going to launch in 2020. You never hear scientists say that. Like, oh my God, how are we so bad? How are we so ineffective? Oh my God, how do we not know shit about volcanoes? Oh my God, how do we not know? Oh my God, how do Dutch citizens and suspicious observers kick our ass daily at earthquakes? When we got billions of dollars and Dutch has nickels and suspicious observers have a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I to continue to do Thor News, I'm going to need some contributions and donations to my PayPal link in the information box or in the messages. If you want people like us, a very small handful, who continue to just bring you the truth as we see it, our opinions on subjects where it's either one way or the other. So I'm saying I'm down the middle. I recognize at times NASA has, pulled our leg or forced us to look at pictures of Martian dirt, or has really stuck their dick in the dirt and the mashed potatoes with the James Webb Space Telescope. The Hubble telescope is 29 years old, right? It's time to replace it. If you're a gunfighter, your telescope is your gun, NASA. And so, yeah, we deserve another telescope. But this rock thingy, whatever. Anywho, if I triggered everybody, sweet. On to the next, as Cranker would say. I love you guys. Talk to y'all soon. God bless everyone. Oh, another thing. Didn't you watch Captain America 2? Man, the Nazis got bought out by Hydra. And they don't care about white power. They care about Cthulhu and driving everybody crazy with pictures of Martian dirt and getting everybody to focus on politics all the time.